Can we start by just giving you a round of applause for that session? Any questions?
Yes. Okay, this backtracks to the story of Ramayana. In that, I was watching the anime last week with my mom and my little brother, and I'd not come to the story for like about a good few years, like 6, 7, maybe it was like when I was 10 or 11, when my mom made me watch it. So at the point where they had the ocean in between, I was confused in why they resulted to the land bridge instead of take a boat. Because it took them months to build that bridge, but they could have used that time to build a boat. And is that because they didn't know how to make boats because India's mainly like the landmass itself? Or is that because they thought the land bridge was the better way?
I mean, in order to make boat, it's a really nice option, but there were lots of people in their army and way too much. So firstly, they had to make very big boat. Okay, firstly this, I mean, see, I also really don't know this much, but things are coming into my mind, I'm saying it to you. Firstly this, secondly, if they would have made boat and maybe because of some women, I mean, like they all had different kind of weapons, so because of any women, if that boat got destroyed. So I mean, there are lots of disadvantages in making boat rather than making the path. And like see, they made path that Ram Setu, so we can see it now. A lot of people ask about evidence also, like what's the evidence, and I feel like the Ram Setu is the biggest evidence. Which I mean, if you had seen Ram Setu movie,
But are you referring to the NASA images?
Yeah.
The movie.
Oh, the movie.
Yeah,
Akshay Kumar.
Akshay Kumar's movie. So I mean, in that movie, it kind of like shows how how old that stones are and how relevant Ramayana is. So I mean, like the boat couldn't kind of like be till now, but because of that stone, we can prove that Ramji was there. So I mean, I think that's what I think that could be a different answer for this question. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but I think
No one.
yeah.
I guess from your answer, it kind of shows that they chose to make a stronger foundation rather than jumping straight forward into a problem. Like, and you've been like showing how there are multiple ways to solve a problem.
Right. So yeah.
I have not a question, but it's a request. So at the start, you explained that mantra or that slok that if you say this, it kind of encapsulates the whole Ramayana. I was wondering, could you kind of repeat section by section, and could we all kind of say it together so that we also have that punya together?
Yeah, we all can. So the show goes like that Aduram,
Aduram,
Tapo,
Tabu,
Vanadi,
Vanadi,
Gamanam,
Gamanam,
Hatva Mrigam,
Hatvam,
Kanchanam,
काञ्चनं
Vedehi,
वेदैः
Haranam,
हरणं
Jatayu,
जटायु
Maranam,
मरणं
Sugrivasam,
सुग्रीवसं
Bhashanam,
भाषणं
Bali,
बालि
Nirdalanam,
निर्दलनं
Samudra,
समुद्र
Taranam,
तरणं
Lanka,
लङ्का
Puri,
पुरी
Dahanam,
दाहनं
Pashchat,
पश्चात्
Ravan,
रावण
Kumbhakaran,
कुम्भकर्ण
Hananam,
हरणं
Etadi,
एतदि
Ramayana.
रामायण
Yeah. So I tried to make it simple. Yeah.
Can you talk about what inspired you and what attracted you to Ramayana and how you learned all of this and where these insights come from? Is it from other gurus or your own findings and observations from Ramayana?
Okay. So firstly, I mean, as when we were having conversation with you, and at the point of time I shared that previously I was not that interested in Ramayana at the age of 9, but after that I started reading Ramayana because of my father. He kind of used to take points thing and then used to make videos out of it. And so that's how I kind of like was into Ramayana. Then these insights, I mean, see, what I really do, I firstly take any kind of incident, what happened in Ramayana, then I try to kind of like think that how this can help us. So that's how I come to kind of like insights, and I do read lots of books. So reading books really helps. I do listen to lots of people, to lots of gurus, to lots of scholars who kind of like are really nice at Ramayana, at Bhagavad Gita, at Krishna Ji. So it kind of like just broadened up my knowledge. So yeah, I mean reading books is kind of like the biggest thing. So yeah, and I really try to add as many examples and activity as I can, because see, we all know what really happened in Ramayana, and we can also get to know that what is the lesson which we can take out from that. But sometimes we just kind of like forget that. But by activities, by that miscommunication thing, like these are something which is a little hard to forget and which will stay in our mind a little more longer than it would be. So yeah. And yeah.
So you mentioned how there's lots of sort of little stories in the Ramayana.
Yeah.
Do you have a favourite story? Oh well, I've asked it.
Okay, you can ask it again.
No,
It's your question. It's Mahadi's
Do
question.
you have a favorite, like, small story in the Ramayana?
Okay.
Now the main question is, who are you gonna answer it to? Are you gonna look at it?
I mean, for half answer, I look at him. For half, I look at him. I mean, I really liked. I mean, every incident is really nice, but I really like the keyword incident because keyword is quite smart. Keyword kind of like when it comes that Ram was like, okay, what can I pay you? That you kind of like took me from this place to there. So what's the money? What can I pay you? So he was like, you know what? Pay me nothing. When you came to my river, so he was like, you know what, you kind of like came to kind of like my river, and I kind of like made you help to kind of like go from this place to that place. So when I come to your river, like when I come to your home, you just also kind of like try your best to kind of like not send me to Nirk, to send me to sweat, to send me to the nice place, and you just pay me nothing. So see, this is something which kind of like shows that how keyword kind of like had that long-term thinking. He was not like, you know what, give me money and all, right? He was like, you know what, when I come to your home, it's your responsibility to put me at nice place. The way I kind of like bring you from this place to that place. So I also come to your place. You also kind of like put me from this place to that place, but that place should be nice. So yeah, this kind of like shows how long-term thinking keyword had, and sometimes we just kind of like have this short-term thinking. We always sometimes think for a short period of time, but yeah, if we think for long-term, it would be much more great for us. The result could be